But let's take a look outside. We're taking a look outside in Pasco at the Giza Stadium Skycam. I'll have a look at what to expect for the rest of your day that's coming up.
Plus, Governor Inslee has signed a bill that sets the framework for therapeutic psilocybin use in Washington. This comes as the state legislature prepares for a special session to come to a consensus on a drug possession policy. Good Morning Northwest continues right now.
From KapKView Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Riley, it looks absolutely beautiful outside and it's shaping up to be a lovely day.
It is kind of feeling like spring. Very happy to see it. I feel like we've been very above our averages or below our averages for the last couple days, but today we're going to be getting those nice spring averages. We take another live look outside in Pasco. We're going to see just a nice clear day out, and boy, it's just shaping up to be, as Jill said, a very nice day today. Above average temps, getting very hot later on this week. The chance of some light and quick afternoon showers today near the Cascades and the Blues, but those are pretty quick and pretty light today. If we take a look at our Skywatch radar again, we're seeing those showers that are happening later on today in the afternoon. Right now, there is nothing across our areas in terms of any showers right now. If we take a look at our temperatures for right now, we are seeing upper 30s in Yakima. In the mid-Columbia, we're seeing lower 40s, mid-40s for the Blues. So far, still pretty cold as you head out the door right now. 74 degrees for Yakima, very sunny out today. In the Tri-Cities, 77 degrees, and in the Walla Walla, we are seeing 73 degrees, staying around our averages right now, heating up the rest of the week. I'll have more on my full forecast that's coming up.
Yesterday, Governor Jay Inslee signed off on a bill laying the groundwork for psilocybin use in our state. We've been tracking the progress that Oregon has made with psilocybin, the hallucinogenic chemical found in some mushrooms. It could be years before the state of Washington reaches the point that Oregon is at with psilocybin. Senate Bill 5262 mandates work groups and advisory boards to lay the groundwork for therapeutic use of psilocybin. The biggest part, the University of Washington will have to create a pilot program by January 1st of 2025. While Oregon already has trained facilitators waiting to administer services, Washington is really in the planning stages of all of this. But Oregon's approach will likely provide a great learning platform for those psilocybin advisory groups in our state. This comes as the federal government is preparing to pay for a multi-million-dollar study looking at safe injection sites. These are places where people can go to use drugs with clean supplies and staff there to supervise. Advocates say the sites are a way to reduce deadly overdoses and potentially the spread of disease from contaminated needles. Getting these sites approved has been tricky in the past, since opponents say it amounts to the government signing off on illegal drug use. Officials say the government money will not be used to run the safe injection sites, but it will be used to study people using them and see if the sites do offer positives like preventing overdoses or encouraging people to get treatment. Governor Inslee has called a special session of the legislature for next Tuesday to give lawmakers another chance to come up with a statewide drug possession law. Business owners in Seattle say they're getting fed up with open drug use that's become all too common across the city, and it could become an even bigger problem if Washington's drug possession law is allowed to expire on July 1st.
They're narcanning people out here on the regular. We have to, kind of step over garbage and human waste. I want to have a compassionate heart about it all, but I don't know what the fix is.
Both Seattle and Spokane are looking at their own rules, setting limits on illegal drug possession just in case state lawmakers can't come up with a replacement law before that July 1st deadline. In the past couple of years, the Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition has changed the way the city deals with domestic violence cases. Yesterday, a survivor explained to them just how much it's helped. But KapKView's Emily Goodell reports there's also a long way to go, especially when it comes to offenders violating no contact orders while they're incarcerated.
It's one thing to know that there's 3,000 domestic violence cases reported to Yakima police every year. It's another thing to hear it.
Do you know my fix is black and blue, right?
I'm about to lose everything because of you.
again.
Yakima County jail inmates calling their victims while they're still locked up.
Power, control, manipulation. At no point did any of the offenders say, I didn't do it. They all but admitted to it and continued the abusive action by trying to manipulate the case while it was in progress.
Black and blue because of you.
Another woman who shared her story of survival says she got calls like that too before she left her abuser of more than 10 years with YPD's help. Officers at one point coming to her house 12 times in a month.
Each time they separated her from the defendant, and that she felt that they treated both the defendant and her with respect, and they listened to both parties.
YPD says it's a sign the extra training, emphasis on DV cases, and culture shift is paying off.
To hear somebody that experienced so much of all of these different changes, not only within our police department, but all of the system citywide, pretty incredible story to hear.
Because she's free, but not without difficulty.
She indicated that there were some gaps in the system that made it difficult for her to continue the process to leave.
And her abuser is still on the run.
She spoke about an offender that is still wanted. That it's really hard for other agencies to know that without some sort of statewide alerting system. And I think that's, in my opinion, should be something that we're doing.
Because it just keeps happening over and over.
I miss you. Just please don't hurt me when you get out.
And over again.
Go ahead and tell me what happened. He choked me. He kicked me in the stomach. So I just went in the restroom and I just decided I wanted to kill myself because I did not feel good anymore. So, that's why it matters.
In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Cap KVUE, Local News.
You can help by calling 911 if you suspect someone is being abused, giving a statement to police about it, and going to the Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition's monthly meetings, which are open to the public. The community is invited to a ceremony next week to honor police officers who lost their lives on the job last year. A Police Week ceremony takes place Monday, May 15th at Sarge Hubbard Park, Yakima Greenway at 4 p.m. The event will honor the memories of all officers who died in the line of duty. Yakima Police will have a special remembrance for K-9 officer Trex. A death investigation now underway in Wapato. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies say they and Wapato police responded to a report of a man shot. He has since died. That happened Friday in Wapato on the 700 block of South Wasco Avenue. Law officers say they heard from a witness and saw a suspect vehicle on surveillance video. Toppenish police later found the suspect vehicle, which led to a chase. The suspect vehicle crashed and officers arrested all 3 people inside. An autopsy for the shooting victim will take place later in the week. Anyone with information that can assist investigators should call Detective McElrath at 509-574-2562 or submit a tip to Yakima County Crime Stoppers. A slice of highway that traverses Washington State's beautiful countryside will soon open. According to WashDOT, State Route 20, also known as the North Cascades Highway, will reopen today at 10 a.m. for the season. It's a picturesque highway with unparalleled views and a few places to stretch your legs if you take the trip. You probably won't find cell service, though. The highway closes when winter weather brings heavy snow and reopens each spring. Riley, it's pretty incredible to see those snow-capped mountains when we're talking about temperatures like we are.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I barely remember it now that we're seeing these 90s in the last couple of days. We're going to be getting some more 90s later on this week. We're taking a live look outside Kisa Stadium in Pasco. I'll track your conditions for you in just a few minutes.
Plus, the FDA prepares to give its decision on whether or not to recommend the country's first over-the-counter birth control pill.
Live is Emmy nominated for Daytime Talk Series and host. Next Live, Sylvester Stallone and his family from The Family Stallone. Plus, it's I Love Mom Week.
Today at 9 on Cap KVUE.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
When you own a Ford, you get more than a vehicle. You get the benefit of having your vehicle picked up for service.
Here for the Explorer. There you go. All right, we'll get it right back to you.
This is U-Mode.
All the convenience of owning a Ford with a local partner. Corwin Ford Tri-Cities.
Here's to the moms, mamas, and mumsies. They deserve the mother of all Mother's Day treats, a DQ cake. With layers of creamy, world-famous soft serve, and a delicious fudge and crunch center. Conveniently customizable and ready for pickup from the DQ freezer. So grab yours. And let's raise our red spoons to a cake as sweet as she is. Aw. DQ. Happy tastes good.
It's time to get the tax break you deserve this week at Walker's Furniture, as they offer a double discount with 18% off. Or no minimum purchase, no money down, 5 years financing with 60 equal payments.
There's no better time to freshen up your living room, dine in style, or get that bedroom set you've always wanted. Plus, get a double discount or 5 years financing with 60 equal payments.
Making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less at Walker's.
Tonight, 6 all-time greats.
What is grit?
Who's Caro?
What is Mean Girls?
One incredible tournament. Who will be crowned the first ever Jeopardy Masters champion?
Bring it.
Bring it. Don't bring it. Jeopardy Masters continues tonight on ABC.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Cap KView.
A major headline today involving women's health. A looming decision could change the way Americans get birth control. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
Today, FDA advisors are expected to vote on whether to recommend what would be the country's first over-the-counter birth control pill.
It is just super exciting that we've gotten here at this moment. It's really historic.
Pressure to make birth control pills available over the counter, as they are in more than 100 countries, has been building since Roe v. Wade was overturned. Advocates want a specific birth control pill called O-Pill available to people of any age without a prescription,
so that they can access contraception more easily and be able to make those decisions that they want to make about their health and their families.
At a hearing yesterday, the advisory panel questioned whether young women would use the pill correctly without the help of a doctor or adult. If the advisors recommend the pill, it would head to the FDA for approval. The agency typically follows the advisors' guidance. Meanwhile, another major headline involving women's health. A federal task force is drafting new recommendations for breast cancer screening, saying most women should begin mammograms at age 40, 10 years earlier than prior recommendations. That's because doctors are seeing higher rates of breast cancer among younger women.
We've seen a 2% increase per year in breast cancer in women between 40 and 50. We don't really understand what's driving that increase.
The guidelines will become official after a public comment period. Coming up, the crisis at the border heats up as authorities prepare for the expiration of Title 42. And Riley Fitzgerald will return with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Hi there, Jason Valentine here for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick May 23rd and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America together.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. As Memorial Day approaches, we remember those who have served for our country. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us this Memorial Day in honoring those who serve.
Welcome to the Village Bistro. We're happy you're here. I wanted to share with you some of the things we have on our menu. One of my favorite things is our lemon ricotta pancakes, topped with blueberries and powdered sugar and butter, and oh my, they are so delicious. You gotta try our 4-cheese mac and cheese or burgers. Some say they're the best in town. We love to get to know each customer that comes in, and we want you to feel like family when you're with us.
Oh my gosh, Chris Bryant, Freddie Freeman, hustling in for the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu? Oh, 5 iconic flavors here for a limited time. Like new peanut butter puppy chow.
Wow.
And s'mores is back.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow is right.
Hey guys.
Whoa. The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. Hustle in before it's gone.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Did you know the most common mosquito in our area can travel 5 to 8 miles? Here at Benton County Mosquito Control, our objective is to provide effective mosquito control for your home, neighborhood, and community. Our friendly mosquito control technicians use mosquito population monitoring, educational programming, and a variety of field techniques to reduce mosquitoes in your area. Reduce areas of standing water around your home to help control mosquitoes. For more help, give us a call or visit us online at www.mosquitocontrol.org. Benton County Mosquito Control, where your comfort and health become a priority.
The Shining Star Pageant Board is being honored with a $1,000 donation from STCU.
The joy that the girls show and the confidence that it gives them, they just sparkle.
It's magical to see them, out there talking on stage. She wanted a pageant that she could participate in.
Every girl that comes here leaves with a smile.
STCU's Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
E.T. followed by Extra tonight at 7 on Cap KVU.
And now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with forecaster Riley Fitzgerald.
Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for joining us. We're looking out at a beautiful cloudless morning through the Geisa Stadium Skycam in Pasco, taking a live look outside. It's looking just beautiful. Let's get into our full forecast. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. A lot of sun on the way for the rest of our week, heating up throughout our week, and a chance of midday showers today and tomorrow. We'll take a look at that in our future cast starting out Wednesday with a dry morning. As we get into our midday and our afternoon, we see those scattered showers make their way through our areas in the Yakima Valley and the Blues. If we continue overnight, another, I'd say, dry period into Thursday morning, very dry, and then we get into the afternoon, same tale, more scattered showers throughout our afternoon, gone by the evening, and dry overnight into a very relatively clear Friday morning into our afternoon. We take a look at our temps for today. Lower 70s for the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we are seeing mid to high 70s today. And in the Blues, we are seeing the lower 70-degree range. If we take a look at our temps for tonight, we're seeing pretty clear and dry of an evening, upper 40s, lower 50s. Our wind outlook is looking pretty level other than this weekend where we see a little bit of an increase in our winds, still around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Pretty low winds for the rest of the week. Pretty high temperatures also for the rest of the week. We are on a steady incline as we get into the weekend and the start of our next work week. 90-degree range, getting pretty high up there. If we take a look at our 7-day forecast, well, we're seeing 70s, 80s, and then 90s. Pretty high temperatures, especially Sunday is Mother's Day. It's a very hot day that's ahead of us for the rest of our week. Very nice temperatures as we take a look in Yakima. In the Tri-Cities, we're seeing very high temps as well. Again, we're getting 70s, 80s, and 90s this week into our weekend, a very hot week that's ahead of us. Even Monday, we're seeing 98 degrees. Overnight lows are looking pretty high as well. In Walla Walla, once again, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Just a very, very warm week that's ahead of us. We've been seeing some inconsistent warm temperatures for the last couple of weeks. We've been seeing just a day here and there of some very hot temperatures, but this week it's going to be pretty sustained over the next couple of days. Above average temps for today, definitely heating up into the rest of your week. Have a great Wednesday.
Thank you, Riley. Now to the crisis at the border and blunt words from President Biden last night with just hours to go before Trump-era border restrictions are lifted. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
This morning, hundreds of U.S. troops have arrived at the southern border, the first of 1,500 being sent by the Biden administration to help cope with the massive surge of migrants expected in the coming days. Migrants like this man who wiped away tears after finally reaching El Paso.
Is your crime because you're happy?
Tomorrow, COVID-era border restrictions known as Title 42 expire. President Biden last night was blunt, saying the problems at the border are about to get worse.
It's going to be chaotic for a while.
Border officials predict up to 10,000 people will try to cross the border each day, far more than the 3,500 they can comfortably handle. This video shows migrants trying to enter Mexico from Guatemala for the journey north. One congressman says at least 80,000, mostly Venezuelan nationals, are headed to the U.S. Places as far north as Chicago and New York have declared emergencies.
Well, it is a crisis situation. There'll be literally thousands of more individuals coming across the border and ultimately find their way up to the state of New York.
Back in El Paso, ICE agents are telling migrants living on the streets to pack up and get processed or face deportation. The enforcement operation was announced by Homeland Security in a press release. The Border Patrol Union slamming that move, saying nothing like publicly announcing that dangerous people will be arrested while warning them ahead of time exactly where to run and hide to avoid arrest. This entire operation is a sad joke. While many focus on the impact the surge will have on federal resources, others are sympathetic to those looking for a better life. This gas station owner in Brownsville, Texas, is giving migrants a chance to earn money washing cars.
It's really sad. They leave their family behind, they have no money, they're hungry, and they're asking for a job just to get something just to eat.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
To deal with the surge, the White House has promised stricter asylum rules and new processing centers in Latin America. But Arizona's governor, a Democrat, called the administration's response inadequate. A Texas community is dealing with long lines of those migrants who are turning themselves into U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Dozens lined up outside the CBP station at the Paso del Norte Bridge Tuesday, following instructions on circulating flyers. The flyers asked those who entered the country illegally to present themselves to authorities at the location. They are a part of a multi-agency enforcement operation that started May 9th. The CBP says it is processing the migrants at that location and figuring out if they are eligible for Title 42 expulsion or Title 8 removal proceedings. The migrants are also being vetted to see who could pose a threat to national security or public safety. Those individuals will be transferred to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement for detention. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is taking steps to send migrants to Democratic-led cities again. His state has selected multiple companies to help execute the next phase of his migrant relocation program. It's unclear exactly what those companies will do. One thing we do know is they will be responsible for finding volunteer migrants to transport. DeSantis got some negative attention last year after a top aide helped recruit migrants by offering them food, money, and promising them jobs. That was when DeSantis was operating mainly in Texas alongside that state's Governor Greg Abbott. DeSantis arranged 2 flights to carry migrants from San Antonio to Martha's Vineyard without alerting the tiny vacation community they were coming. However, DeSantis plans to proceed this time. He's got $22 million Florida's legislature set aside for the effort. The effort is also being planned as the Florida Republican is expected to launch a 2024 presidential campaign. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, last night the Seattle Kraken looked to take a commanding lead in their Stanley Cup playoff series against the Dallas Stars.
When you or your loved one has been seriously injured, you want the best law firm on your side. Abeta Nelson Injury Law is the most highly awarded and experienced personal injury firm in Central Washington. Our office has secured the most million-dollar car crash recoveries in Central Washington. You can trust us to have your back. The time for bringing your claim is limited, so don't wait. Call us today for a no-obligation consultation. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Why buy a mattress from Mattress Depot USA?
Low prices.
Every day, we beat any competitor's price.
Selection?
All sizes and brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic.
Customer service.
Our sleep specialists average 10 years in the industry. Check out our reviews.
Comfort guarantee?
120 nights worth.
Same-day delivery.
Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Local?
Born here, live here.
Come see us today.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular. built for us.
There's no other word quite like home, because it's more than any specific place. It could be in the team spirit that keeps your heart pounding the whole drive over the mountains. It could be in the friendships that make you able to laugh at yourself. It's a feeling, a belonging, and that's really different for everyone. So while we can't define what home is to you, what we can do is help you get there.
Find your way home today in a new Mazda from McCurley Mazda.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, arriving exclusively in members' mailboxes this week. Our 16-page book has store-wide savings in every department. Find what you need for spring home projects indoor and out for less. Plus, don't forget Mom. From greeting cards to hanging baskets, we've got your Mother's Day covered. Save now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
This newscast sponsored by wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Welcome back. The Seattle Kraken looked to follow up a dominant win at home Monday with another last night at Climate Pledge Arena. But the Kraken would fall into an early hole after Dallas ripped off 4 straight goals in the first 2 periods. Seattle would manage to put up a token resistance, but it would be too little too late as the Kraken drop Game 4 to the Stars 6-3. The series now sits tied at 2 games apiece as the series is headed back to Dallas for Game 5. That kicks off tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. But it was a different story down the street at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners took on the Rangers in their second game of the series, needing the win to stay at 500. And George Kirby took control on the mound for Seattle, tying his career high, striking out 9 and allowing 0 runs over 7 innings. And a lot has been made of the Mariners hitting this season, but they were able to get the bats working in this one. Ty France would finish with 2 runs batted in as he extended his hitting streak to 7 games, and Tom Murphy would go deep in the 7th for his first home run of the season, and the Mariners would get the win 5-0. Coming up, a verdict has been reached in the civil rape case against former President Donald Trump.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located. And now, Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with a lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Mix up your breakfast and lunch routine. Stop by Some Bagels and Gelato, where fresh is the name of the game. Bagels by themselves or in a variety of tasty sandwiches. Fresh roasted coffee to make your latte a step above. And save some room for gelato. Find it waiting for you at Some Bagels and Gelato.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more, with a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade, all with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Drs. Kopstein and King for a free live webinar May 18th at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Homeowners, Washington is moving to renewable power. Consider an investment in green energy. Rooftop solar with Solar Power Northwest, a true one-stop shop. Solar Power Northwest, a better way to solar.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 battery trimmer. Real STIHL. Find yours.
Your roof protects your home and family every day. Shouldn't it be the best roof possible? With Air Roofing, a family-owned business in Prosser, you'll see why our customer reviews speak for themselves. No job too small, big enough to take care of your roofing needs. Air Roofing, a company built on quality and reputation.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Cap KView.
A verdict has been reached in writer E. Jean Carroll's civil rape case against former President Donald Trump. And President Biden hosted congressional leaders at the White House yesterday in the hopes of coming to an agreement on how to address the debt ceiling.
And we have a look at your morning conditions, your first alert weather forecast right now.
From Cap KView Local News, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Riley, it is shaping up to be another beautiful day, and I just can't believe that we're still in early May.
We are still in early May. It is starting to heat up quite a bit. If we take a look live at our Giza Stadium Skycam, it's just a beautiful, clear day outside right now. It's a nice day ahead, above average temps as opposed to some cooler temps that we've been seeing for the last couple of days, but we are getting very hot later on this week. A chance of some light and quick afternoon showers today near the Cascades and the Blues, but other than that, pretty clear, pretty warm today. If we take a look at our Skywatch radar again, those showers are not happening this morning, but again popping up later in the afternoon and heading out by this evening. If we take a look at our temps for right now, we are in the upper 30s in Yakima. Other than that, we're in the mid to low 40s. Still pretty cool as we make our way into the rest of our day, but heating up. A lot of room to grow in temperature-wise. 74 for Yakima, Tri-City 77 degrees, and in Walla Walla 73 degrees. We're going to be getting warm today, even warmer the rest of the week. I'll have that in my full forecast that's coming up.
New reaction this morning from former President Trump after the historic verdict in writer E. Jean Carroll's civil rape case. Trump now vowing to appeal. ABC's Andrea Fujii has the details.
Former President Trump released a series of videos on social media last night, reacting to a jury finding him liable for battery and defamation.
The verdict is a disgrace, a continuation of the greatest witch hunt of all time.
After less than 3 hours of deliberations, a New York jury of 6 men and 3 women found Trump sexually abused E. Jean Carroll in a department store dressing room in 1996.
How do you feel?
The jury was not convinced that Trump raped Carroll, as she claimed. But the jury ordered Trump to pay Carroll $5 million, saying he defamed her by calling her story a hoax and a lie, while insisting Carroll was not his type.
I don't even know who this woman is. I have no idea who she is, where she came from.
At the trial, Carroll's lawyers argued she was exactly Trump's type. They showed the jury Trump's deposition when he was handed a photo of Carroll and confused her for his ex-wife, Marla Maples.
That's Marla, yeah. That's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to? No.
Here.
Carroll.
Oh, is that,
The person you just pointed to was
I
E. Jean
see.
Carroll.
Some Republicans appear unfazed by the latest legal blow to Trump. Senator Marco Rubio called the jury a joke. But Senator John Cornyn, a Trump critic, told reporters, "I do not think he can win the presidency regardless of what you think about him as an individual." Former Vice President Mike Pence, who's considering whether to challenge Trump for the party's nomination in 2024, says Americans are not focused on his former boss.
All of the controversies that are surrounding the president are just not what people talk to me about.
Carroll called the verdict a victory for her and for every woman who has suffered because she was not believed. The murder trial of an Idaho woman accused of killing 2 of her children is drawing to a close. Prosecutors in the Lori Vallow Daybell murder trial rested their case on Tuesday after 20 days of testimony. Defense lawyers then rested as well without calling any witnesses. The lawyers said the prosecution did not prove its case, and Vallow Daybell chose not to testify in her defense. She is accused of killing her 2 youngest children and the ex-wife of her current husband, Chad Daybell. Closing arguments are set for Thursday, and the jury could begin its deliberations on the same day. New York Congressman George Santos has just been arrested following the filing of criminal charges by federal prosecutors. The freshman congressman made headlines last year when it came to light he lied about his education and work history. Then, new allegations surfaced about him breaking campaign finance laws, masterminding a credit card scheme, and even stealing money meant for an Iraq War veteran's dying dog. Santos has denied the serious accusations, but admitted to lying on his resume. The 13-count criminal indictment has just been unsealed, including charges of wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and lying to Congress. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said he would look at the charges before deciding if Santos would be removed from Congress. The House Ethics Committee is currently investigating him. And Santos is currently held in custody at the federal courthouse after turning himself into authorities just a short while ago. President Biden actually met with top congressional leaders at the White House to discuss the deadlock on raising the U.S. debt ceiling Tuesday. The meeting included House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. A default on U.S. debt could happen as early as June 1st if Congress doesn't agree to lift the government's borrowing authority. In exchange for raising the debt ceiling, McCarthy is demanding massive budget cuts to curtail government spending that would effectively crater Biden's agenda on issues like climate change. Afterward, Biden said he made it clear that defaulting is not an option, and he said they will continue their discussions in a meeting on Friday.
Speaker McCarthy offered a very different way forward. He's proposed deep cuts that I believe are going to hurt American families. Millions of Americans relying on Medicaid for their health care would be at risk of losing that.
And the latest inflation numbers have just come in. The U.S. inflation rate is at 4.98% compared to 6.04% last month and 8.54% last year. This is higher than the long-term average of 3.28%. And while experts say inflation is down from crisis levels, it's still higher than normal. Riley Fitzgerald is back with us now to take a look at your morning weather forecast.
It's a beautiful clear skies day today so far. If we take a look live outside Giza Stadium in Pasco, just a beautiful day ahead of us. Above average temps. I'll get more on my full forecast. That's coming up.
Plus, astronomers believe they may have found evidence of hidden planets in the latest images from the James Webb Telescope.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Just when you thought you knew everything about game shows.
Finally, a show about game shows. So special.
It's better than sex.
I'm not sure about all that, but it is gonna be good.
Welcome to the game show.
Premiering tonight on ABC.
You're welcome.
From Cap KVU, this is Medically Speaking.
At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we want to remind you your oral health is important. We know that life can get busy. Don't let your family's oral health take a back seat. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, we offer extended hours. That's right, we are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, plus Saturdays for when the week gets to be too full. We want you to smile healthy and live happy. No insurance? No problem. At West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco, our membership plan starts at just $79 and costs only $35 a month. That's 2 cleanings, x-rays, and much more for just $35 a month. Learn more at WRFDC.com or PDPNW.com. Find us at one of our 2 locations, West Richland Family Dental and Prime Dental Pasco. Stunning smiles for the whole family.
What is a leader? Someone who has backbone, resilience, determination to put a stake in the ground and get their hands a little dirty. Arrow Construction Supply has been the Northwest's leading provider of asphalt, concrete, and erosion control industries. From homeowner do-it-yourself to large commercial projects, we have everything for sale or rent to get the job done. Your locally owned and operated Arrow Construction Supply, leading the way and hitting our mark for 30 years.
Red or white. At Coyote Canyon, we've got you covered. If you love red, try our Italian Sangiovese, French Grenache, or Spanish Tempranillo. Like what you taste? Wine Club. Come visit our tasting room in Prosser. Coyote Canyon is calling.
I was 8 years old when I opened my account at Yakima Federal. Everybody in my family banks at Yakima Federal. They went above and beyond to help me, not only as a customer, but as a person. I'm breezy. I'm somebody that they care about. Yakima Federal is my home. It's where I belong. It's where I feel safe and valued. My name is Breezy. I have been a customer of Yakima Federal for 36 years.
The governor signs into law what's being called Lucian's Act, and Representative Gina Mossbrucker says Cap KVU's Emily Goodell's reporting helped make it happen.
We have somebody here who's not just reporting this.
Local news that makes a difference. Cap KVU Local News.
Live is Emmy nominated for Daytime Talk Series and host. Next Live, Sylvester Stallone and his family from the Family Stallone. Plus, it's I Love Mom Week.
Today at 9 on Cap KVU.
Welcome back. Astronomers using the James Webb Telescope have spotted a new cosmic surprise outside of our solar system. The Webb Telescope recently gave them an up-close look at the first asteroid belt ever seen outside our solar system.
They focused on a young, bright star located 25 light years from Earth and the warm dust that encircles it. This detailed image shows 3 massive rings of dust around the star, extending out 14 billion miles or 150 times the distance of Earth from the sun.
The star's 2 inner rings didn't appear in previous images taken by any other observatories. They were likely created from the debris left behind as large bodies such as asteroids and comets collided. Then the dust was shaped into belts by the gravitational influence of what the researchers believe are hidden planets that orbit the star.
They say studying these dust belts can help unlock secrets behind how planetary systems form. A study with more about the findings was published Monday in the journal Nature Astronomy.
And I can't wait for the next photographs that'll maybe show the hidden planets. Who knows?
That would be very, very exciting to see.
Yes, definitely.
And quite far away from us, not so far away from us, if we take a look outside, a beautiful day right now. Clear skies, no planets that we can see right now, I don't think. I'll have your first alert weather forecast that's coming up. We will track the conditions for you.
And Governor Inslee signs a new law aimed to tackle the state's housing crisis. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
When it comes to supplying the farm, come to Northwest Farm Supply. Keep a flock healthy and happy with the largest selection of Purina around. Plus, all the equipment you need to keep the farm running right. And we have the best customer service. We really do. Northwest Farm Supply in Hermiston, Prosser, and Othello.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We'll remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
Stan, who is that? Okay, Roy, I went to the basement, found a weird portal, went through, found myself in a prehistoric valley, talked to a couple dinos, told them about Triple Play. They wanted to check it out. Here we are. Wow! Hi, Roy.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She'll leave whenever we're ready. I'm ready.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through June 30th, receive rebates up to $2,100 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. At the Blue Mountain Station Cooperative in Dayton, Washington, we offer you the Pacific Northwest's finest local products, fresh baked goods, locally grown produce, artisan cheese, fresh roasted coffee, wine, honey, and so much more. We invite you to explore Dayton today.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Doctors Kopstein and King for a free live webinar May 18th at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book arriving in members' mailboxes this week. Inside, you'll find 16 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for your patio, pets, and more. At Bi-Mart, our members get more value every day.
Time for a new roof? Let Eminent Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the heat and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Portion of Cap KVU sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. And now, Cap KVU First Alert Weather with forecaster Riley Fitzgerald.
Welcome back, everyone. We're taking a live look outside the Giza Stadium Skycam in Pasco. It's a beautiful, clear morning right now. Let's get into our full forecast. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. A lot of sun on the way for the rest of our week, heating up throughout our week, and a chance of midday showers today and tomorrow. We'll take a look at that in our future cast starting out Wednesday with a dry morning. As we get into our midday and our afternoon, we see those scattered showers make their way through our areas in the Yakima Valley and the Blues. If we continue overnight, another, I'd say, dry period into Thursday morning, very dry, and then we get into the afternoon, same tale, more scattered showers throughout our afternoon, gone by the evening, and dry overnight into a very relatively clear Friday morning into our afternoon. If we take a look at our temps for today, lower 70s for the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we are seeing mid to high 70s today. And in the Blues, we are seeing the lower 70-degree range. If we take a look at our temps for tonight, we're seeing pretty clear and dry of an evening, upper 40s, lower 50s. Our wind outlook is looking pretty level other than this weekend where we see a little bit of an increase in our winds, still around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Pretty low winds for the rest of the week. Pretty high temperatures also for the rest of the week. We are on a steady incline as we get into the weekend and the start of our next work week. 90-degree range, getting pretty high up there. If we take a look at our 7-day forecast, well, we're seeing 70s, 80s, and then 90s. Pretty high temperatures, especially Sunday is Mother's Day. It's a very hot day that's ahead of us for the rest of our week. Very nice temperatures as we take a look in Yakima. In the Tri-Cities, we're seeing very high temps as well. Again, we're getting 70s, 80s, and 90s this week into our weekend, a very hot week that's ahead of us. Even Monday, we're seeing 98 degrees. Overnight lows are looking pretty high as well. In Walla Walla, once again, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Just a very, very warm week that's ahead of us. We've been seeing some inconsistent warm temperatures for the last couple of weeks. We've been seeing just a day here and there of some very hot temperatures, but this week it's going to be pretty sustained over the next couple of days. Above average temps for today, definitely heating up into the rest of your week. Have a great Wednesday.
A new law is designed to more aggressively combat the housing crisis impacting thousands across Washington. This law will expand opportunities for multi-family homes like duplexes to be built in areas traditionally zoned for single-family housing. Jordan Smith explains how this law will work.
In a crisis that's handcuffed buyers and renters for years, Washington lawmakers made a major move in easing the pain in the housing market. Multifamily housing projects can now be developed in virtually any neighborhood.
What it does is it says if there's room on a lot for 2 units or 4 units, a builder can build that. We need that housing and we need that density. Right now, we don't have any more land in the city to build on, really.
With Spokane's median home price being $375,000, it opens the doors for alternative, affordable housing.
What you are seeing now is that when you allow 4 to sometimes even up to 6 units, if it's near a transit hub, suddenly all sorts of people can afford to live in any neighborhood.
But it's raising fears on what this could do to surrounding property values in neighborhoods.
Actually, the evidence out there is that when you allow a more mixed use in the neighborhoods, the property values go up for everybody.
And that's partly because of the supply and demand pull. Creating more opportunities creates more supply in a suffocated housing market. At the same time, experts like Tom Hormel with the Spokane Realtors Association say this could also drive rental prices down as more people can afford housing.
The way to free up apartments and the way to free up rentals is to get people moved into housing.
Later saying that diversifying the market and opening up options to middle-class residents is the key to affordability.
It's not about single-family housing. It's about duplexes, triplexes, condo units. It's that stuff in the middle that allows for home ownership where people can create wealth that matters.
This law will help Washington complete the state's goal of building 1 million new homes by 2044. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast, but first a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, from grieving children's book author to accused murderer.
My husband passed away unexpectedly last year.
Authorities arresting Corey Richens, a mother of 3 this week, and charging her with first-degree aggravated murder. Investigators say in early March of last year, Corey poisoned her husband Eric. The 33-year-old then telling 911 she found her husband of 9 years lying unresponsive and cold to the touch at the foot of their bed. A medical examiner later finding Eric had 5 times the lethal dosage of fentanyl in his system.
Extremely common that when one spouse kills the other, they tend to leave a fairly easy trail for law enforcement to follow.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more details of what investigators are accusing her of doing and what comes next. With your GMA First Look, I'm Kana Whitworth, ABC News, Idaho.
Trelegy for COPD.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel.
You don't have to take COPD sitting down.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
It's time to make a stand.
And I'm feeling good.
Start a new day with Trelegy. No once-daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trelegy. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy makes breathing easier for a full 24 hours, improves lung function, and helps prevent future flare-ups. Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Take a stand and start a new day with Trelegy. Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy and save at Trelegy.com.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:51. We're going to get to Riley's local forecast in a moment, but first a look at this morning's top stories. Yesterday, Governor Jay Inslee signed off on a bill laying the groundwork for psilocybin use in Washington. We've been tracking the progress Oregon has made with psilocybin. While both states seem to have the goal of legalizing psilocybin for therapeutic use, this bill signed by Governor Inslee allows for the planning needed to happen for magic mushrooms. Senate Bill 5262 mandates work groups and advisory boards to lay the groundwork for therapeutic use of psilocybin. This comes as the federal government is preparing to pay for a multi-million-dollar study looking at safe injection sites. Advocates say the sites are a way to reduce deadly overdoses and potentially the spread of disease from contaminated needles. Opponents say it amounts to the government signing off on illegal drug use. Officials say the government money will not be used to run the safe injection sites, but it will be used to study people using them. Governor Inslee has called a special session of the legislature for next Tuesday to give lawmakers another chance to come up with a statewide drug possession law. Business owners in Seattle say they're getting fed up with open drug use that's become all too common across the city, and it could become an even bigger problem if Washington's drug possession law is allowed to expire on July 1st. Senate Bill 5144 is awaiting a signature that would make it easier for people to recycle batteries. A lot of people throw a dead battery in the trash and don't think much of it, but once it gets to the landfill, it can be a big problem. It wastes materials that can be extracted from the battery and repurposed, and it's a fire safety risk. Call to Recycle says this bill means more awareness of those risks, more collection sites, and more types of batteries getting recycled. The Yakima Domestic Violence Coalition got to hear from a survivor about how the changes they made to the system helped her get out of an abusive relationship. The woman says at one point police got called to her house 12 times in a month, but still got there quickly each time and treated her and the suspect with respect, something she didn't experience in other counties. YPD says it's a sign their extra training, emphasis on DV cases, and culture shift is paying off. The community is invited to a ceremony next week to honor police officers who lost their lives on the job last year. A Police Week ceremony takes place this Monday, or next Monday rather, May 15th at Sarge Hubbard Park, Yakima Greenway at 4 p.m. The event will honor the memories of all officers who died in the line of duty. Yakima Police will have a special remembrance for K-9 officer Trex. A death investigation underway in Wapato. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies say they and Wapato police responded to a report of a man shot Friday in Wapato on the 700 block of South Wasco Avenue. Law officers say they heard from a witness and saw a suspect vehicle on surveillance video. Toppenish police later found the suspect vehicle, which led to a chase. The suspect vehicle crashed and officers arrested all 3 people inside. Federal prosecutors have filed criminal charges against New York Representative George Santos, and he was arrested this morning. The freshman Congress made headlines last year when it came to light he lied about his education and work history. New allegations surfaced about him breaking campaign finance laws, masterminding a credit card scheme, and even stealing money meant for an Iraq War veteran's dying dog. The 13-count criminal indictment includes charges of wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and lying to Congress. The Seattle Kraken looked to follow up a dominant win at home Monday with another last night at Climate Pledge Arena. But the Kraken would fall into an early hole after Dallas ripped off 4 straight goals in the first 2 periods. Seattle would manage to put up a token resistance, but it would be too little too late as the Kraken dropped Game 4 to the Stars 6-3. The series now sits tied at 2 games apiece as the series is headed back to Dallas for Game 5. That kicks off tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. It was a different story down the street at T-Mobile Park. The Mariners needed the win against the Rangers to stay at 500. George Kirby took control on the mound for Seattle, striking out 9 and allowing 0 runs over 7 innings. The Mariners were able to get the bats working in this one. Ty France would finish with 2 RBIs, as extending his hitting streak to 7 games, and Tom Murphy would go deep in the 7th for his first home run of the season. The Mariners took the win 5-0.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing day today. If we take a look at the things that are impacting you, a lot of sun on the way. We're definitely heating up over the next couple days, and we've got a chance of showers ahead of us. If we take a look at our futurecast, we're seeing very clear this morning, but as we get into the afternoons in the Cascades and the Blues, we're going to see some scattered showers make their way this afternoon into this evening. Other than that, a clear night, clear morning ahead of us, but then tomorrow afternoon we're going to see a similar pattern of showers in the afternoon into Friday morning. Very clear skies overnights, but in the afternoons we're going to be seeing a little bit of those scattered showers. If we take a look at our temps today, lower 70s for the Yakima Valley. In the Mid-Columbia, we're seeing mid to upper 70s. And in the Blues, we are seeing the lower 70s. Above average temps for our time of year today. Other than that, we're getting into some higher temps as we get later on in the week. A beautiful day ahead of us, very spring-like temperatures, but we're going to start to feel like summer by the end of this week. Jill, back to you.
Thanks for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next. Cap KVU Local News is back tonight at 5, and you can always find the latest updates on our website, yaktrynews.com.